Zombies 4 left us with a big cliffhanger, so what could that mean for Zombies 5? Well, someone asked me to share my predictions, so let's get into it. But obviously, first, there are spoilers ahead, so if you haven't watched Zombies 4 yet, go do that and come back later. Alright, at the end of the movie, we saw Victor and Nova on the beach hugging, and all of a sudden, this comes out of the water. So what could be next? Well, the obvious answer kind of is mermaids, because if you remember at the end of Zombies 3, when they were kind of giving us an update on the town after the alien invasion, they showed us they were welcoming new creatures, including vampires. And we also saw some mermaids jump across the screen. So that's kind of the obvious way they could go. Now, at the premiere of the movie, I actually talked to Sway, who plays Vera in Zombies 4, and she kind of had a different twist on the whole mermaids thing, and I like it.
I'm thinking sirens. I'm ready. Sirens are like witches.
Yeah, I think that's a cool twist. Instead of just straight up mermaids, you have sirens who do have this enchanting, mystical power of like drawing people in with their songs. These movies are musicals, right? That could definitely be fun. But I think one of my favorite theories I heard, and I can't remember exactly which interview it was because I've watched so many Zombies 4 interviews, but I believe Malachi said, a journalist said this to him, and he really liked this idea, was that what if it's not some other monster coming through the portal, but maybe it's an opening for a Disney Channel crossover. That's right, they were like, what if it's maybe Uliana from Descendants: The Rise of Red coming through the water? I mean, she's Ursula's little sister. Now you're probably like, well, how on earth is that going to happen? Well, let me just hear me out. If you remember, Descendants: The Rise of Red saw Chloe and Red mess with the fabric of time. It had time travel. So what they did in that movie has consequences. And Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, will find them in the present day. But what if Zombies 5 could run parallel in time to that movie? So we see on this side what happened in the past timeline to those characters. Maybe the messing up of the fabric of time took Uliana and her friends and put them in present day, and they end up with these zombies and vampires and werewolves and daywalkers. And I mean, we know Disney's already trying to cross these franchises over with the Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide tour. I did talk to Kylie Cantrell, who said this.
We were talking about like how sick that would be to do a crossover movie of Descendants and zombies. That'd be so cool.
But I'm kind of leaning more towards mermaids being the easy answer here, because mermaids can obviously be in the water and then they get out of the water and they can just look like humans. But how the storyline will go and what brings them to town, I'm interested in. But I do think they're going to do a Zombies 5, and I got to know, what are your predictions? What did you think of Zombies 4? Who's coming in Zombies 5? What do you want to see next? Let me know in the comments.